Hey, welcome back to the New Little Life channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Genie Advanced from Pumpables. 2025 now, this pump's been out for quite a few years. So we're going to talk about, is it still all it's cracked up to be? Do we still recommend this one pretty often? And kind of help you set it up and troubleshoot some of the buttons, look at the liquid flange kit, all of that fun stuff there. If you're still looking to choose a breast pump and you're wondering if this one is a good option for you, there's a really helpful breast pump quiz down below that I would love for you to try out. It will kind of evaluate all of the needs that you have for pumping and give you some really high quality recommendations there. So that's one of my favorite places to go. I also think we have a coupon code for this pump if you're looking at getting it that way, but there are also a couple of DME companies I've seen that have covered a little bit of this through insurance, which is pretty cool. So again, all of that's on our website and all the help will be there. If you're new here, my name is Allison Tolman. I'm a breast pump expert and a coach for working moms. We talk a lot about breast pumps on this channel, so I hope you're subscribed if pumping will be part of your journey. That's our main focus here and will be for quite a while. A few years ago, we developed a custom device to help test breast pumps and gather data together. So a lot of the information I'll be sharing with you today on suction, cycle speeds, graphs, all these kind of things have been taken from that device that we built to give you some more information. So that's really exciting. I'm also the founder of the Pumping for Working Moms program, which is a long-term coaching program designed to help career-driven women balance pumping and their work life and career. So if that sounds like something applicable to you, there's more information on that down below. That's often the fastest and quickest way to get information and help and make this journey really successful. Let's dive into this pump. So if you've been on this channel before, it's probably no secret that this is one of my favorite pumps. And so I'm excited to talk with you about it today and just kind of show you some of the features, capabilities that it has, why we tend to really like it, and go from there. I think this is probably one of the most common portable pumps that people like to pair with their Spectra 1 and 2. Spectra does make a small portable pump, the Spectra 9, but it's nothing like the 1 and 2. This pump is much more similar to those well-loved pumps. We just did another video updating that pump as well. So if that's a pump you already have, that's I'll put some videos down below to help you out there. But it offers a lot of the same experience, and we can often find settings and features that match really well. So the price of this pump is about $180 if you get it with the unique flanges that it comes with, about $150 just for the pump itself. Like I said, I think we do have a coupon code down below for this one to help save you a little bit of money. But this tends to be a very user-friendly pump, all right? And I really, really like it. As far as portable pumps go, I love that it has a lanyard with an adjustable height for you and a clip. This is like one of the only pumps that has both of those features, and I don't know why more portable pumps don't have both of those things because it makes it really handy. You're obviously probably using this on the go. It's got a 2-year warranty, which is great. I think about a 500-hour motor life, so should last for quite a while for you. It's also pretty quiet. It is a little bit larger than some of the other portable pumps, kind of in the same category, like the Baby Buddha, for example, or the Freestyle Flex from Medela. Those tend to be a little bit skinnier. This one's a little bit wider, a little bit more bulky there, but still a really nice option in my opinion. I think we have some other videos comparing all of those different pumps together. I get that question a lot. Okay, so let's dive into suction capabilities with this pump. This pump has plenty of suction for you. I think I can get, the company says it goes up to 330 mmHg. I haven't ever gotten it to go quite that high, but I can get it pretty close, definitely right around 300 on single pumping. And then on double pumping, it holds up really well too. Does lose some suction when you pump, when you hook 2 up to it, but that's really common with a lot of pumps, especially small motor pumps, but plenty of suction. I don't very often see people maxing out the suction on this when they're pumping in the other aspects appropriately. So that makes a lot of sense. You can do double or single pumping here. So you've got one valve. If you want to do single pumping, you'll just close that. And this actually lays really nice and flat. So it just kind of naturally closes up that second port if you're not using it. If you want to do double pumping, then you just open that up and now you have 2 little ports. The other side of this is the, where you charge it, little USB-C port there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, no problems with the suction on this pump at all. I'll put a little graph up here too for you. It will show you kind of like the pattern of this pump. It doesn't have a ton of vibration with it, but it has a little bit, which is why I think Spectra users tend to like it. It's definitely not as strong vibration-wise as the Spectra vibration. So if you really like the aggressive feel of that, I mean, it's gonna be a little different. But as far as the pattern goes, it's a really nice option. A lot of people do really well with the pattern on this pump. Okay, let's turn it on and explore a little bit. I might have to flip myself around in the screen here so you can see the numbers the right way. But this pump has some cool features I really want to show you. So it will start in stimulation mode for you, which is this little drop with the two wavy lines. And you can go up to 10. You can go up to suction 10 on that setting. The nice thing about this pump is that you keep the same cycles. So it's 70 cycles per minute, whether you're on level 1 or level 10. You don't get that all the time on portable pumps. Often the cycle speeds go down as the suction goes up. That does happen in expression mode, but I hate it when it happens in stimulation mode because I want it to be faster to help initiate the letdown. So I love that it stays in 70 cycles per minute all throughout stimulation mode. I do think this auto switches at 2 minutes to expression mode, but now I'm gonna have to double check and put something on the screen for you. But you can also manually switch it into expression mode here. So that would be the single drop. I did that by using this drop button, back and forth. And you're gonna go back and forth multiple times in your session, hopefully, to initiate multiple letdowns. So this has 10 vacuum levels on expression mode, but it also has 3 different speeds that you can do that on. Now you'll notice I've got it turned clear up to suction level 10 here, and the pulls do become really long. It's not this loud when you're pumping, but this is what it sounds like. So you see how I turned the suction up and the speed has gone down as well. So now these pulls are really long. It's probably longer than what a lot of babies are doing, but for anyone who likes those longer pulls, that is helpful there. So there's 3 different cycle speed options on this pump. So you can use this bottom button here. It's like an up down arrow. You can either highlight the vacuum or the cycle. And then when you adjust the up or down buttons, that will tell you what you're adjusting. So now this is cycle speed 2 and cycle speed 3. You can hear how the 3 went faster as you adjusted it, okay? If you want to adjust the vacuum, you'll just hit that up and down arrow here, and then you can adjust the vacuum up and down, okay? So this button here on the bottom toggles it back and forth between whatever setting you're looking to adjust with these up and down arrows. I found that Spectre users in particular usually like cycle speed 3. It's a little bit faster, a little bit more similar to the Spectre there, but you can find whatever speed you like. I really, really like it when portable pumps have, I like it when all pumps have cycle speed adjustments for you, because then you can find what works best for you. And especially for me, when I'm working with clients and we're looking for those settings, if the pump has no adjustments, it just makes it harder. We kind of have to find a sweet spot. Sometimes we have to sacrifice suction for cycles, depending on what works best for the person. So I love it when you have a little bit of adjustability. Okay, you can, as you probably noticed, you can hit the power button just to pause the session for you. It does have a timer, so you can tell how far it's been. You can tell how long you've been pumping. Another really cool feature of this pump is it has a programming button. So here on the side, you'll see that little P. So you can actually, at the start of your session, hold it for 2 seconds. Actually, I already have a program on here, so I'm actually going to erase my program and then make a new program with you. So it's gonna be really fun. So you can actually record a session and then it will play that session back for you next time if you want. This comes in really handy because you can find kind of the alternating settings, cycles, suction that feel nice to you, and then go and it's the same the next time too, which is really, really cool, because it's not very often that you just put a pump on and you push go and just let it go. Like, that's not really how people are pumping very often. I know that's probably like a myth that people kind of think, but you do have to alternate settings throughout a pumping session to get enough letdowns to make sure the milk is flowing appropriately throughout the whole session. So actually, to delete the program, you're going to hold the P on the side and the minus button for like 2 seconds. You'll notice that P on the screen went off. Okay, so to record a new session, you're simply going to hold the P down for 2 seconds, and this little record button is going to start flashing for you. See how that's flashing? So now I'm going to make a couple adjustments here, just so we can watch that. When you're done with the session, you're going to hold the P for 2 seconds again to save it. Okay, if you don't do that, if you just shut it off, it will not save it. Okay. So now you can see that the P is solid here. All right. So next time you turn on your pump, I'm gonna turn it off. It's a new setting, new day. We're loving it. If you hold this P for 2 seconds, the P will start flashing. And now you know that it's running on the program that you've already saved. So it should start doing some stuff here like we just did. Do you remember when I just adjusted the settings like this? Now it's running this program that's saved on the pump. All right, as soon as it's done, it will stop. So that was the whole program that we ran. Obviously yours would probably be quite a bit longer than that. It will auto shut off after 1 minute after that, okay? If you do want to kick it back into manual mode, I believe you just just tap the little drop button, and then you can start adjusting it manually again after that. That's how you program a recording on this pump. Actually a really cool feature. Pumpables does have an app, but I don't believe it works with this pump. I think it's just the Super Genie, which is a little bit bigger version of. I tend to recommend the Genie Advanced a lot more often than I do the Super Genie, and we'll have another video on that one as well. But some really cool features on this pump, really nice and convenient things. A lot of the little things that you just kind of don't realize until you get into pumping that you like. So another unique thing about this pump is the flange kit that it comes with. So it has something called a liquid shield kit. So it's not like your traditional flange. It's got a really large hard plastic outer edge and then an inner piece that kind of compresses as it goes. It's got a wide mouth bottle. I'm just gonna take this apart really quick so I can show you. Okay, so it's got this large, this is really, really big. You would never pump with this alone. It's got this inner piece, and what happens when you're pumping is it kind of compresses as you're going. So as it's pulling suction, it's kind of compressing and pulling down on the nipple. A lot of people say that it's very comfortable. Okay, so this is a size 21 flange. They actually have sizes from 15 to 29, which is great. Legendary Milk has a similar kit like this, and I mean, it's very similar. It's just rebranded with Legendary Milk stuff. They have a lot more limited sizes. I checked, and these are exactly the same. So you can actually get better sizes, smaller sizes in particular, in the Pumpables, and you can interchange them with those two pumps as a side note there. But this piece will need to be replaced, you know, fairly often, about like any soft silicone piece on a pump, depending on how often you're using it, but you will need to replace the whole piece. It's the insert and the valve here. So that can be a little, you know, like an ongoing expense that you'll want to factor into this pump, but you know, depending on how heavy you're using it, every 4 to 6 weeks, I don't know, maybe even longer if you can kind of get away with it there. So that piece sits in there and pops right up in there pretty easily. You have your standard backflow protector and then this cap here. There's a hole here for the tubing that will hook it directly to the pump. You can actually attach this on multiple ways. So now that you can see the hole is kind of coming off the side of the flange. So you can kind of rotate that around just depending on how you're using the pump, how you've got it hooked up to you, and make a little adjustment there, which is kind of nice. The only tricky thing about this, well, I shouldn't say the only, a tricky thing about this flange kit setup is that this is pretty wide. So traditional pumping bras, it will fit in there. It's just a little bit more tricky sometimes. So that's something to take into account. A couple of bras that might be good options for you are the Davin and Adley bras, and also the Sarah Wells bras tend to do pretty well with the little bit wider shield that you have on this pump. So this little liquid shield kit is nice. A lot of people really like it. You get that added compression, a little bit massage. Some people don't like it though. And the thing that you can do is you can pair this with almost any of the really traditional flange kits. You know, you've seen these on Amazon. This is just like a classic Spectra one. All the tubing is very standard and there's no adapters. So that will hook right in there very easily. So you actually don't have to buy the liquid shield kit that comes with it. You can just buy the pump if you'd like, and you can use a more traditional style flange if you prefer. If you do end up with the liquid shield kit, Pumpables does offer a flange fitting service for you to kind of help you make sure you get the right size, just because it is quite different than the hard plastic, more traditional sizing that we have. So pros and cons of this pump, if you're looking to get it or if you already have it and you just kind of want to be aware, it is really user-friendly. It is portable. These are all pros. It's really similar to the S1 and S2 from Spectra, which again are really popular pumps on the market. So that's a pro. And then it pairs well with most cups. A lot of the cups on the market, got a whole big bucket back there, but will work well with this pump, and it's designed to be portable. I also like the motor life is long. I think it's a high quality product. It's not as likely to die on you early as some of the other portable pumps are on the market. I also really like that it has multiple cycle speed options for you. I really, really like it when pumps give you more flexibility and options. And I found that a lot of users have found one cycle or another that tends to work better for them. I also really like the cycle speed and stimulation mode when you're trying to initiate that first letdown stays consistent. That's really important. A couple of cons are it is a little bit bulkier than some of the other portable pumps. Again, not a huge deal, a little bit heavier as well, but there's just higher quality parts in there in my opinion, if you want to know. It doesn't connect in the app like the Super Genie does, but not a lot of the small portable pumps do that anyway. And And you will probably want, this Liquid Shield kit does come with a cover. It does tend to collect dust a little bit, so you'll probably want to keep a cover on that for you as well. I really like the Liquid Shield kit. I definitely think it's worth a try. As we kind of end this video, I usually just like to share my personal opinion and thoughts. Again, you can take it for what it's worth. It's one person's opinion, although we do play with a lot of breast pumps here at New Little Life. I do find myself recommending this pump pretty frequently. I think a common question I get is, do you like the Genie Advanced or the Baby Buddha or the Medela Freestyle Flex? Like, those are three that I tend to see in the same sentence of being compared. And they're all pretty good pumps, you know what I mean? I think if I was gonna have a baby and pick a pump, I would probably pick this one just because I like a lot of those extra features and perks. The Baby Buddha has made some changes recently though that make it a really nice option as well. And so this and that pump are trickier to compare. I think we have some other videos comparing them because they're both really good options in my opinion. I don't see this one a ton available through insurance. So a lot of times it is an out-of-pocket cost, which again is a con, right? If you have to buy another pump or pay for a pump, but it has quickly become my go-to portable pump recommendation. I like how it functions. I like how long it lasts. I like a lot of things about it. So if you've used this pump or if you have any experience with it, please comment down below. I would love to hear your experience. The comments can be a really fun section in learning about what people are actually using it. What do they like about it? What questions do you have? I'll be happy to answer them down below for you, and we'll kind of go from there. If you need any help, personalized help walking through this pumping journey, especially as a working mom, again, there's a link down below at newlittlelife.com/apply. You can learn more there. All right. Good luck to you and happy pumping.